By the way, old Sparky Don Armstrong strikes again. Incredible shot here over the weekend. If you haven't seen this picture, it's unbelievable. Don does a really good job of lightning photography and does some long exposure stuff here, which is pretty cool. He's not standing out there with the iPhone kind of waiting for the strike. He's got some good equipment to do this, but it's really cool stuff. So nice there. Now, as far as what's going on downtown, not much at this point. Things are relatively quiet. In fact, pretty quiet storm day all the way around. We had a quick sprinkle go through the northern portions of the city up by Rio Rancho this afternoon, but other than that, not much happening, and we will see a better chance at storms here over the next couple of days. But for now, the only area that really saw some decent storms, Eddy and Lee County today. We did okay for some storms. Otherwise, everybody else kind of saw some spot stuff floating around, which was not a huge deal. 78 degrees now in the metro. East-southeast winds at 12 miles an hour. Temperatures across the north 60s and 70s. Down to the south 70s for the most part. You compare the temperatures now to 24 hours ago. There's no question areas where we had some rain are definitely cooler. No surprise there. 6 degrees cooler in Hobbs, 9 degrees cooler today than yesterday in Carlsbad. Here in the metro, though, we're about 4 or 5 degrees warmer than we were at this point. Now, we have high pressure centered over the Four Corners. It's going to kind of drift around the area here over the next couple of days, but it'll slide a little bit to the east, and we're going to get a weather disturbance that's going to come up from the south. All of this means good things for cranking up more storms. So here's the deal. With the high tonight still hanging out over us, we're not going to see much more action, but next couple of days, we start to draw southerly moisture up, and we roll a weather disturbance over the top. That's the key, and that'll give us a good shot at getting some storms going central, western, and northern sections of the state. If there's an area that's not going to see quite as much action, it's likely to be the southeast. Now, as we get into the weekend, though, now things will back off again here. It looks like we'll shut off the moisture flow across the state, and we will dry out through the weekend. So we're looking at a time frame of basically Tuesday to Thursday for a pretty good chance to grab some storms. And the key to that chance is definitely not only moisture in place, but something to trigger that moisture. It helps to have the juice at the surface. That's great, but you need a trigger. You need something to push the air up in the atmosphere to crank up the storms. A lot of times it's heat, and many times when we really get a lot of rain in areas across the state, especially this time of year, it's a little weather disturbance that comes through and helps draw that air up, and that's what's going to be the key coming up throughout the area, especially Wednesday and Thursday. So we'll watch for that over the next few days. Pretty good shot at getting some heavy rain, especially in western sections where they badly need it. Boy, the west has not seen a whole lot of action here for storms recently, especially west central sections. That does start to change. 82, Pagosa Springs, 84, Durango, and 87 in Cortez. Partly sunny afternoon storms. Meanwhile, out to the northwest, partly cloudy here. Scattered rain. 81 in Cuba, 82 in Dulce, and 89 out in Farmington. Down across the southwest, we're looking at a good shot at least scattered storms over the next 3 days or so. 91 Deming, 88 in TRC and Camado. 77 comfortable degrees there. Over to the southeast, afternoon clouds, some spot storms, 90 in Carlsbad, 87 Roswell, and check out Cloudcroft. Top it out tomorrow at 65 degrees. Northeast, partly cloudy, some isolated rain. Better chance at storms Wednesday, Thursday, and maybe into Friday as well before we start to see that chance back off a bit over the weekend as well. 78 in Taos, Red River at just 69 tomorrow. 77 in both Santa Fe, Los Alamos, and Chama. And the shot at showers really ramps up Wednesday and Thursday. Still likely to see at least a few storms floating around on Friday before we dry out for the weekend, it looks like. Out to the East Mountains, partly cloudy, some afternoon thunderstorms possible. 80 in Edgewood, 81, Cedar Crest and 81 out in Sandia Park. And finally here in the metro, we'll start it off comfortable in the low 60s and then warm it up into the low 80s with scattered afternoon thunderstorms on the way. And your extended forecast, that shot at showers really peaks out Wednesday and Thursday. And then we choke off the moisture supply. We get a little more in the way of warmth across the state. With high pressure sitting to our west, it's going to make things a little tougher to get storms going through the weekend. If you want to talk more on Twitter, you can do that at KRQE Mark. We'd love to hear what you have to say.
All right. Thanks so much, Mark.